With the exception of your counterclaim person, everybody in this group is really taking on the role of a researcher. So just to kind of hit the refresh button on what that means to be a researcher and how you are collaboratively coming up with preparing for a panel discussion on your perspective, I want to take it back to the support guides that we talked about later last week. Panel discussion planning organizer and role support is not only a paper copy that you should have in your folders, but hopefully you took an opportunity to make a copy, a digital copy, and share that with your group members, including myself. If you haven't taken those extra steps to make a digital copy, I'm going to encourage you to go to the class webpage where it says panel discussion digital documents. And the researchers among all of you in your group can use that document to actually type on. So it should look something like this, where you filled in topic, perspective, team members, and then who's going to be taking on each role. The other thing, hopefully, that you achieved last week is the nature of the reasons of your claim in the first place. So whatever your question may be, and then whatever your perspective is, what were the reasons for that perspective? And please note down here that groups do not have to fill in all 5 reasons. This space is just designed as a placeholder as we go through other questions and other discussion panels throughout the upcoming weeks. Specifically looking at research, we want to take a look at the next page, and this is why a digital copy is really important. We want to kind of treat this as our research bank that we did for our campaigns back when we read the 57 bus. So one of the things that you have here is your reasons, and then also who is completing the research for each of these reasons. In this box here, we want to create bullet points of facts, statistics, names, dates. So this is our credible source that we're going to be annotating to pull out those things, kind of like that fruit roll up, pull and peel. Like what are we pulling out that's really important, that helps our reason, that supports our claim. And then lastly, over here is where we want to link that source or that credible research so that our fact checkers can go in and double check to make sure that those sources are credible and they are good to use on our panel. So while it looks like this actual graphic organizer right now is only supported on one page, it's actually going to be taking up quite a bit of space, because as you collaboratively work on this document, you're going to be adding to your specific research, you're going to be adding your source, and then all of you will be adding into your specific reasons to support that claim. So this is a working document for almost everybody sitting at your table. And then for your counterclaim person, this is a really good document to use as a way to think about who would go against those reasons and start trying to formulate those counterclaim ideas. All right, so if you're doing research, I want to kind of reiterate what this means. So evaluate the reasons or the subtopics and divide the work among all the group members. It doesn't mean that one person has to do all 5 reasons and all the research and all the source annotation. You don't have to do all that, just one source per person. Okay, credible research or credible sources to support your subtopic related to your perspective. And then also cite your source and share your sources with your fact checker. So again, your fact checker needs to have access to this document just for this column right here, especially. Okay, so make sure everything is linked and ready to go for that fact checker sooner rather than later, so that you have credible sources when coming up to your panel. Okay, that is for researchers.